All right, I'm trying this again. I've tried to make this recording about three, four times now, and my ADHD has been very explosive lately. I just made a 8 minute recording and totally forgot about the first 8 minutes about what I was talking about. It's fucking ridiculous. I don't want to say I'm struggling. There has been something bothering me lately, and I got to the root of that problem, but now it's what to do about the problem. So I'll get into that in a minute. A few updates. I got a new room at the house. It's a little bit bigger than the room that I had. Very happy about that. A little sad that the guy whose room I took got voted out. Um, I just hope that he finds what is bothering him. A lot of us here in the house know what that is, and that's just a lack of accountability. And that's just what it is, you know. I mean, it's a lot more than just a lack of accountability, but there's something that's blocking him from being a better person, and he has to find that for himself. I hope he does. I'm holding my microphone now. Um, Eventually, I'll get a boom arm from my test that I've been doing. This was taking a lot better audio sound quality, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know all those technical terms. Um, I ended up finding a new sponsor. I really like what he's about. He's a very spiritual person, has 20 years sober. It's nothing against the sponsor that I had back in Branson. It's just that I feel it's better to have someone in close vicinity. And yeah, I'm going to be reading my big book over again, working on a new fourth and fifth step here coming up. You know, just because you're living in the solution doesn't mean that things don't happen in your life, and it's good to take that moral inventory. So I'm probably going to be working on that a little later tonight, starting to list out, and yeah, I'm pretty excited. I mean, with everything that's been going on, work was a little rough this last week. A lot of the software didn't want to work, and when it was working, it was just being fucking weird. I had very low production numbers this last week, and I can't blame myself for that. As much as I want to blame myself for that, I can't, because I can't control this fucking software. I'm not no IT engineer. I'm one of those people that, especially in my sobriety, I pride myself on my work and my work capabilities. I really wish I could do hard labor, but with the pacemaker, that's just not going to work out in the long run for me. Um, yeah, like I mentioned earlier at the beginning of this video, the ADHD has been popping up a lot more, and I'll get that figured out when the time comes. As a first of the year, I have insurance, $0 premium with my work, which is fucking amazing, honestly. So I'm wondering if it's good insurance, bad insurance. I mean, I don't know. I'm not into all that. A lot of that stuff's just fucking too much. um, the other diagnosis I have, the ASPD, I've been having some more prevalent symptoms pop up with that, and the angry thoughts have stopped. You know, when I first got sober, I was a very angry, bitter person, and a lot of the angry, violent thoughts have stopped. But now it's just I find myself kind of shutting down a little bit in social situations. On one, I am awesome, but when it comes to like a bigger social group, I mean, I tend to shut down. Use my phone as a pacifier, you know, and kind of block all that out. And that's unhealthy, you know. I don't want to be chasing dopamine for the rest of my life. And in nowadays culture, it's very easy to get any kind of dopamine fix, you know, whether it be just social media, looking at memes, video games. It's unhealthy. And I admit that I am unhealthy in those kind of senses. But the ADHD and ASPD, two big things with that is dopamine chasing, excitement chasing, you know, and I'm just fucked all around when it comes with that. Much to popular belief, I am still sober. Someone back in Branson, a couple people back in Branson actually, were asking if I'm still sober, if I'm okay or whatnot. My eyes look really big in this video I sent people. And yes, I am still sober. I'm not going to pee in a cup for you guys to prove that. But I am sober, and if I ever do relapse, I'll probably make a video about it, in the middle of my relapse, because why the fuck not? I want to be real as possible. And that's what a lot of these videos are about, is just me being real. And one of the problems that I figured out in my life that has been happening these last few weeks, 3 weeks, I want to say now, 4 weeks maybe, is that boils down to two words: what now? In the past, what now meant a lot more terrible things than what it means now. In the past, it was always, what the fuck is happening? What is going on? Why is this all out of my control? Why am I in the midst of all this chaos? And nowadays, especially as of right now, it's just, what do I do now? Got 26 months sober as of next week, and I feel it's become very stagnant. That's why I'm going to be reworking my steps, why I'm going to be trying to reach out more to more people, because it's not a fun place to be stagnant. Once you start getting that stagnant, that no movement in your life, that's when things tend to start to unravel pretty fast, and it could be unraveling in a pretty bad way. It's one reason I had to move from Branson, because everything in my life was becoming very stagnant, and yeah. So, gonna be reworking my steps, diving back in my big book, and hopefully I can just motivate myself to actually partake in some of my more healthy hobbies, which is something I really need, honestly, because playing video games is just not gonna cut it. I don't want to say I'm unhappy. It just, this time of year, really makes everything feel like that everything is slowing down, and that does not help the whole everything going on in my life right now, or everything going on in my head right now, at least, because I want things to be fast moving. I want things to be fast paced. And it's not bad that everything is going slow. I gotta remind myself that seasons of life, the ebb and flow, things are going to be fast sometimes, things are going to be slow sometimes. Part of me is still a little paranoid that I think that there's going to be a boot to fall, all these great things that have been happening in my life this last month, moving out to Denver, and nothing bad has happened yet. So, what the fuck am I tripping on? Big shout out to my friend Bree. She is going to be doing a show, or she's opening for a show, an EDM show, 100 Drums. So fucking proud of you, Bree, and I cannot stress that enough. I love where this life is taking you, and thank you so much for inviting me out the other week to the show and getting to see you for the first time in almost 4 years. So thank you for that, Bree. So proud of you. I know you're gonna fucking kill it. I wish I could make it to that show. For those who don't know, 100 Drums is a decently big name in the EDM world. I've seen her 2, 3 times live now. It was all at festivals, and I hardly remember what I've seen at festivals because I was a fucking addict and I just didn't like being in the present moment. It's one thing I'm trying to work on lately, is trying to be more present, try to notice more, and it's hard with the disabilities that I have. I don't know. The ADHD is kicking in again, and I forget about what I talk about in the first part of this video, and I don't want to repeat myself. And it's just getting more and more rough, guys. I don't want to say I'm struggling, but I mean, it kind of feels like I am in a way. Not struggling to the point where I'm going to relapse or anything like that, but the whole mental side has definitely been aggravating me lately, and I'm going to do something about it. It's going to take time, but it's just all time. I was talking about that in my last video, I believe. We're the only creature that fears the idea of losing time. And I've been wasting a lot of time these last few weeks, just playing video games, not doing anything that's actually mentally stimulating. And I need to get myself out of that. One of the guys in my house gave me a keyboard last night. I was playing around with that for a little bit, so I'll probably be popping on that later tonight. It's just things I need to work on, that I need to improve myself. And I got out of my own way big time these last 2 years, and I got to push a little more to get the rest out of my own fucking way. Because in the end of the day, I'm going to ruin this all for me if it really comes down to it. Nobody can keep me sober. Only I can keep myself sober. And a lot of that has to do with, I mean, my mental stability. I'm not ruined, you know, I'm a lot better off than I was when I first got sober. But it'll all figure itself out in time, and I got to give myself more grace, more patience, you know. I do consider myself a very patient person, but I don't know. I feel like that's even slipping too. I'm gonna get out of here. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the night. I'm gonna try not to hop right on video games, but I'll probably be playing some games tonight. Other than that, I do need to start working on my fourth, fifth step. Hop on the keyboard, play with some of the music programs that I have, and start diving back into that. Because honestly, that's the best fucking thing I could probably do right now to keep my mental going. Because I feel like if I just play video games, I'm not really gaining much out of it. You know, situational awareness, I guess, a little bit if you want to think about it. But I mean, I don't know. I need to stop enjoying myself in those kind of ways where I'm just dumbing myself down, I guess. That's not trying to say that video games make you dumb, but yeah, if you play them like I've been playing them the last few weeks, you're probably dumb. I don't know. That's kind of rude to say. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go, guys. Love y'all.